Good morning, traders. This is Joanne with Succeed in Forex. Welcome to our Forex market news broadcast for Tuesday, February the 19th, 2008. The headlines out of Switzerland today read, "Dollar edged up in thin trade on U.S. market holiday." The dollar recovered in trade thinned by a U.S. market holiday on Monday, as investors locked in profits following the currency's worst weekly performance of the year so far. A series of weak U.S. economic reports last Friday, including one showing consumer sentiment hitting a 16-year low, had renewed worries about a U.S. recession and reinforced expectations for more interest rate cuts. Yesterday, the euro-dollar edged down 22% to 146.50, scaling back from a two-week peak at 147.09, which was set on Friday. The dollar-yen was firmer at 108.18. The U.S. dollar was weaker against higher-yielding currencies such as Australia and the New Zealand dollar. The Australian dollar went up to 91.62, a three-month high, and also the New Zealand dollar went up to 79.63. The Australian dollar is supported by a strong yield advantage, and the expectations that the Reserve Bank of Australia will raise rates from the current 11-year high of 7% as early as March. This is in sharp contrast to the Fed's deep cuts in benchmark rates since September to 3% from 5.25%, with investors eyeing another 50 basis point reduction in the March policy meeting. Pound-dollar fell to 195.07 as news that Britain had decided to nationalize Northern Rock added to worries about the health of the UK economy. Today the focus will be on the RBA minutes, Canadian inflation data, and above all, on the mood in which the U.S. investors returned to the market after a long weekend. During the Asian session, the dollar strengthened as everyone was focused on the pound and Northern Rock. The dollar edged higher today against the euro and the yen, but losing ground mostly to the higher-yielding currencies such as the Australian dollar. The dollar benefited from the return of a carry trade, which came as equity markets showed less nervousness about a possible recession hitting the U.S. economy. The Australian dollar was helped by a rise in commodity prices like copper and platinum, and the speculation that the Reserve Bank of Australia would continue to raise its rates. As a result, the Australian dollar climbed 5% against the dollar and 9% against the yen. The pound, on the other hand, had much to contend. Yesterday it traded at 194.91, down from 196.06. This corresponded with the UK Treasury deciding to nationalize Northern Rock, the troubled UK mortgage lender. The pound was also lower against the euro and the yen. The Swiss franc also had to absorb a decline. A disappointing retail sales number for December had the Swissy fall to 9% against the dollar and 7% against the yen. That concludes our news for today. We hope you have a great trading day and will be able to join us for tomorrow's broadcast. Before we sign off, we would like to invite you to visit our website at www.succeedinforex.com. There you can find a link to our Yahoo forum, also called Succeed in Forex, and you will find additional information about our Traders Trading Center. Until tomorrow, have a great day and happy pipping.